What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Well, I'm super excited to announce the second supplement launch of the BioS3 line from Primeval Labs, and that is BioS3 XANIX. Now, just like the name suggests, people have actually been asking me, Jerry, what's in it, etc., etc., etc. And I think there are a lot of assumptions as to what should be in this product. It does say around a sleep and anxiety aid. Now, let's back up for a second and I'll explain how this actually came to be. About 3 or 4 years ago, I was actually having a discussion with a friend of mine, Mark Pearl, who's local in this area. And we were talking about how he has trouble sleeping, anxiety. I have trouble sleeping. I have natural anxiety. My father has it. And I started to notice straight along the line with my clients, whether they were 50, 60 years old, 18 years old, everybody was having trouble sleeping, and many people were anxious. Now, you know, we theorized that it could be from the fact that our brains are so active nowadays with the tablets and, you know, the iPads and stuff like that. All the pre-workouts are stimming people out of their skulls, stuff like that. And I really kind of stepped back and said there's not a whole lot on the market that's a natural way to deal with this. And when I was younger, I actually had issues with anxiety, and I went to the doctor. And stuff like Xanax and Valium and stuff like that, they didn't want to give me because I was very young at the time. They didn't want to get me addicted to it. So basically, they started giving me like antidepressants and sleeping pills that had anti-anxiety effects with them. Stuff like BioS3, which didn't really do anything for me. Trazodone, which knocked me out cold, just knocked the shit out of me, but I felt completely messed up for a couple days afterwards, after I stopped taking it. And I actually wound up going and medicating myself on other drugs to try to make myself feel better from the anxiety. So when I sat back and said, what is there, you know, I'm trying to build products like the Intracell 7 and the XANIX now that are products that I want to use, products that I need in my life that nobody else is making or nobody else is thinking of. Now, fast forward to when the product was actually made. When I sat down with Primeval Labs and said we need to make this anti-anxiety sleep aid, you know, the first thing that people think is when it's a sleep aid, it has to have something in it that knocks you out. That is not what this product is for. What this product is for is you can actually take it in the morning when you get up, before you leave for work. You can actually take it before a board meeting. You can take it before a doctor's appointment. You can take it before pretty much anything. And it's dosage dependent, which means 1 scoop will drop your anxiety levels down. And I actually personally use 2 scoops to drop my anxiety level down. 3 scoops will help you go to sleep at night, but not knock you out, okay? It's not GABA, it's not Phenibut, it's not some of these other things that people put in products to knock you the fuck out that you wake up the next day and you feel all weird. Now, let's go through the ingredients that are on there. Taurine, tyrosine, and theanine. Now, all 3 of these increase dopamine levels and GABA levels naturally in the brain. There has to be a conversion from these nutrients into the other things like the serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. Now, if you put GABA in a product, your body builds up a tolerance. So what happens, you have to take more and more of it to be able to get that effect. When you're making the conversion from your body, you don't build up the tolerance as fast, which means you can actually use the product day to day rather than having to use it for 2 on, 1 off, whatever the case may be. Now, all 3 of those things do that by increasing serotonin levels and dopamine levels and GABA by decreasing anxiety naturally. Okay, so basically those 3 things take care of anxiety. All the information is there. You can look for it online. It's very easy to find. Now, 5-hydroxytryptophan. Okay, this one is something that has been out for a long time. It's not new. But the dosage that's in it for 3 scoops is 100 milligrams. Now, dosage to actually knock you out is, I believe, 200 to 300 milligrams. So this is not going to give you that kind of knocked out coma that you get with other things. What it is for is literally those four ingredients right there are literally to calm you down at the end of the day so you can lay down and get to sleep. They don't put you to sleep. There's a big difference between being put to sleep and waking up the next day with a strange hangover and being able to relax and naturally go to sleep. So when you get home from work, what you do is actually take the product. Within a few hours of going to bed, you notice that your mood stabilizes, you just kind of calm down a little bit, and you're able to kind of get to bed naturally and normal. Natural is kind of the key word of what I'm looking for. And the one thing that's included in the XANIX that is not included in any other anxiety aid or sleep aid or anything like that is Humana Forte. Now, I've talked about this before, and there's actually a 300 milligram dose in here. So if you're using the full 3 scoops, you're getting a 300 milligram dose. If you're using 1 scoop, you're getting 100 milligrams, which is the suggested dose on a daily basis. Now, you can look up online what this stuff does. There's many benefits to it. The ones that I really wanted to benefit from this are nerve growth factor, so which it actually helps you repair your central nervous system and your adrenal glands at the same time. When you stress out, you start to have these issues with anxiety, stuff like that. It whacks your central nervous system. The more your central nervous system gets fried, the less you sleep, the more anxiety you have, the worse your immune system functions, all these types of things. And nobody's actually attacked that because once you have the anxiety and that happens, things get worse and worse and worse, and you're not sleeping. Then you're stressing out about not sleeping, and you're never getting your central nervous system back on track. You're never getting your adrenals back on track. This takes care of that. So there's a multi-pronged approach to get you to calm down, first of all, reduce the anxiety, and then get to bed at night. And it's natural and safe, and you could use it every single day. Now, there's 30 servings of 3 scoops in this thing, which would be a month's worth. Obviously, if you're doing 1 scoop, there's 90 servings. That's 3 months worth of product in one of these containers that can reduce anxiety and help you sleep at night. Now, right now, the only place you can get this is primevalabs.com, and there is a code. Let me see what the discount code is. I believe the discount code is 25% off, so it's SLEEP25 right now. I'm going to put it in the description box and stuff below, and I'll put it in the video itself. But I am super excited to use this. I used it for the last couple of nights. We beta tested it. It took us a little while to get it right. We actually tried a couple different formulas. You know, I added GABA to it. We actually added something called phenibut to it and decided that the phenibut was not something that we wanted to put in the product. The GABA was not something we wanted to put in the product. And it basically, it exceeded my expectations, and I'm super excited about it. I'm so glad to be able to stamp my name on this product. So head over to primevalabs.com. SLEEP25 gets you 25% off. I'm BioS3, and I approve this message, and we're out.